Hello, my friends. Pope is still looking for big guys in this recruitment. And here's a great chance to bring a golden recruit to the Wildcats. Will he succeed? Subscribe to the channel first to receive more news. Let's get to the news. Mark Pope seems determined to transform Kentucky. With the 2026 recruiting class shaping up to be one of the most competitive in recent years, the Kentucky Wildcats coach has focused his efforts on a name that's catching the attention of scouts and experts, Bryson Howard. The five-star guard, who recently scheduled a visit to the Lexington campus for October 4th, is seen as a key piece in Pope's plan to further strengthen the program and ensure the Wildcats remain a national powerhouse. Bryson Howard is the kind of player who can change the game on both ends of the floor. His ability to attack the rim on straight lines, absorb physical contact, and finish above the rim makes him a constant threat on offense. Furthermore, his translatable shooting, proven by solid 45% three-point shooting and 75% free throw shooting, makes him a versatile option who can open up space and create opportunities for his teammates. Defensively, he is engaged and excels at covering the floor, with impressive metrics of 2 steals and 0.9 blocks per game. For Pope, who has emphasized the importance of physical analysis and character traits in recruiting, Howard appears to be the ideal prototype. On3's recruiting prediction engine already gives Kentucky a slight edge in the race for Howard, with a 27.4% chance of landing the Texan talent. North Carolina is close behind at 24%, making this race even tighter. However, the campus visit in October will be a crucial moment for the Wildcats. It's at this point that Pope and his staff will have the opportunity to showcase not only the program's winning track record, but also the detailed plan they have to develop Howard as a player and prepare him for the next level. Adam Finkelstein of 247 Sports noted in his scouting report that Howard is an unusual player for his age, especially considering his combination of long arms, strong physique, and already advanced technical skills. He still has room to improve, particularly in developing his right hand and decision-making in offensive situations, but his potential is undeniable. For Pope, who has demonstrated a methodical and focused approach to the individual development of his players, Howard represents a blank canvas that can be molded into a star in both the short and long term. Howard's admiration for Kentucky is another asset that Pope can use to his advantage. The young guard has demonstrated respect for the program's tradition and the way the Wildcats have produced elite NBA players. This emotional connection could be the difference in a decision as important as choosing where to spend his higher education years. During the campus visit, Pope will have the chance to reinforce this story, showing Howard how he would fit into Kentucky's legacy and how the program can help him achieve his professional goals. Furthermore, the timing of this potential addition is strategic. With the 2026 class seen as one of the most promising in recent years, securing a talent like Howard could further cement Kentucky's position as the top overall recruiting class. This would not only silence any doubts about Pope's ability to attract out-of-state players, but also give the Wildcats a solid foundation to compete at a high level in the years to come. BBN is already eyeing Bryson Howard, and rightly so. He's exactly the type of player who can make a difference in tournaments like March Madness or even in the NBA. If Pope can capitalize on Howard's admiration for Kentucky and offer a compelling plan for his development, the Wildcats could be on the verge of securing another jewel for their long-term project. With the visit scheduled for October, the next few months will be crucial in determining Howard's future and, consequently, the fate of Kentucky's 2026 recruiting class. For Mark Pope, this is another opportunity to prove that he not only inherited a legendary program, but is also building something special. In the case of Kentucky, one of the nation's biggest powerhouses, this essential role is beginning to gain a name and a face. Diabate. The wing, a transfer from Alabama, was identified by expert John Rothstein as the Wildcats' glue guy. The player who, while not necessarily the most celebrated, is capable of uniting the pieces of a squad and ensuring consistency throughout the season. The expression may seem simple, but it perfectly captures the importance of athletes with this profile. Diabate isn't arriving in Lexington to be the top scorer or headline grabber, but rather to occupy a less obvious but vital role, making the team work in moments when pure talent isn't enough. It's about effort, intensity, consistency, and above all, the willingness to do the dirty work that often doesn't show up in the statistics. The numbers, however, reveal more than one might imagine. During his season at Alabama, despite averaging just 16 minutes on the court, Diabate recorded 7.2 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 1.1 assists per game. Shooting 61.7% from the field and 46.2% from three confirms the efficiency of someone who doesn't need to be the center of attention to be productive. And when he was on the court more, his rebounds soared, reinforcing the idea that there's plenty of room for growth. Rothstein summed it up well. Diabate may not have arrived at Kentucky as the most hyped signing of Mark Pope's tenure, but there's a real chance he'll become one of the most important players on a roster. Pope, who has made it clear that he wants to build balanced, combative, and collective teams, finds in Diabate a perfect ally for that style. He's a player who understands his role, isn't dazzled by the spotlight, and takes his career seriously, something that was evident in his first interview as a Wildcat, where he made it clear he was in Lexington to win and advance toward the NBA. Compared to an offensive lineman in American football, Diabate is the type who paves the way for others to shine. He may not surpass the 12-point mark, but every rebound, every well-executed defense, and every intelligent off-the-ball movement will make a difference. In basketball, these details build victories, and Kentucky knows how crucial they can be in a demanding conference like the SEC. Wildcat fans, accustomed to glittering names and generational talent, can find a different kind of satisfaction in Diabate, seeing someone who plays with total dedication, unafraid to tackle the game's less celebrated tasks. Ultimately, these athletes are often the ones who hold the team together during the season's most difficult moments. If there's one thing college basketball teaches year after year, it's that titles aren't won solely by top scorers, but by players who understand and embrace key roles. Mark Pope knows this, and Diabate seems to be exactly the kind of player he needs to bolster his Lexington project. It's not every day that a basketball icon returns to the place where it all began. When Rajon Rondo entered Rupp Arena to address the current Kentucky Wildcats players, it wasn't just as a program legend or a 16-year NBA veteran. It was as a mentor, a guide, and above all, a family member. The moment was filled with nostalgia, wisdom, and a powerful message about the meaning of wearing the powder blue Wildcats jersey. For the young athletes sitting before him, it was more than a motivational speech. It was a masterclass in commitment, sacrifice, and the responsibility that comes with representing one of the sport's greatest traditions. Rondo didn't need to be there. He had already written his name in Kentucky history during his brief stint as a college player, when he led the team in steals and helped pave the way for a stellar professional career. But he returned, not just to pursue his degree, something many high-profile players neglect after achieving professional basketball success, but also to reaffirm his bond with the program that shaped him. "This is home for me. I will always call it home," he said, speaking a truth that goes beyond on-court achievements. For Rondo, Kentucky isn't just a chapter in his life. It's a permanent identity. What makes Rondo's return even more special is the depth of his message. He didn't just talk about victories, records, or impressive numbers. Instead, he emphasized something more essential: the meaning of being part of something bigger than oneself. Embrace this, understand what it means to wear this jersey every night, he told the players. These words may seem simple, but they carry immense weight. Wearing Kentucky isn't just about individual talent or moments of personal glory. It's about embodying a culture of excellence, respect, and dedication that transcends generations. This mindset is what propelled Rondo to the top of professional basketball. During his NBA career, he was known for his game intelligence, his court vision, and his leadership skills. He wasn't just a brilliant point guard. He was a strategist, a player who elevated his teammates and made the team run like a well-oiled machine. And now, he was passing that mindset on, sharing lessons learned over decades in the game. Take yourself out of the equation, he said. A bad game, 0-6 shooting is, let me go to the court, let me get that loose ball. Do the little things on the court, do the intangibles. This philosophy encapsulates what it means to be a complete player and, more importantly, a great teammate. Current Kentucky players may not yet fully grasp the impact of these words, but they will surely be internalized over time. After all, few can better articulate the spirit of the program than someone who lived and breathed this culture as intensely as Rondo. He knows what it means to be loved by the BBN, a fan base whose passion follows players wherever they go. He knows what it means to play under the constant pressure of sky-high expectations, whether in a packed-up arena or on the biggest stages of the NCAA. And he knows that success comes not only from talent, but from a combination of hard work, sacrifice, and total dedication to the team. Rondo's presence also serves as a powerful reminder to young athletes that Kentucky is more than a stopover on their path to the NBA. It's a brotherhood, a support network that remains active even after players leave the program. Anything I can do for you guys, Jasper, Johnson, is my style. The coach is my style. Just let me know. We're always a family, he said. This idea of La Familia is central to Kentucky's legacy, and Rondo embodies it perfectly. He's not just offering advice. He's showing that he's there to support, guide, and help whenever needed. For Mark Pope, the Wildcats' current head coach, Rondo's visit is an invaluable gift. Having such a respected and experienced figure share his stories and teachings with the squad is something few programs can offer. Furthermore, Rondo's presence reinforces the message Pope has been trying to convey since taking the helm. Kentucky isn't just about winning. It's about building men of character, leaders who understand the value of teamwork and humility. As the players absorb Rondo's words, it becomes clear they face a unique opportunity. They're not just athletes wearing a jersey. They're heirs to a tradition that demands respect, discipline, and a love for the game. And everyone expects them to know it. Comment,